Hey team, I just want to give you a quick little walkthrough of how today's lesson of the routes of exploration to the New World, how it works, and what you're going to do. So first of all, your goal today is you're going to be able to identify the different explorers and their impact on the New World. And our driving question is, how did exploration of the Americas lead to settlement? As a quick reminder, I know that a lot of you like to go through the lesson at the beginning in present mode so that you can have a larger version of the video and not be distracted by any of the content on the outside of the page. So here you can watch the video and you're going to learn about the European explorers and different ones that came to the New World and their routes of discovery. All right, here we have our instructional page where you're going to read about the explorers here, and then each of these audio files will give you details about each of these different explorers. You're going to need to listen to each of these files carefully because they will be really important in the work that you are doing today. Now, you'll notice here, this is an example page, and we're going to come back to this in a second when I show you how to do the activity. This page I will fill out, and you'll be able to see all of the answers for, so you know exactly what to do when you're working on this independently. But you'll notice that you actually have 3 pages here that are all of the same because you are going to be doing some research for 3 of the 8 explorers. So you're going to pick 3 of those 8 explorers to fill out this graphic organizer with and to show what you know. Then you're going to take all of that knowledge from those explorers that you researched and you're going to do this activity. You're going to use what you have learned about the explorers in this lesson, and you're going to think about how their actions caused changes in the history of North America. Place the images of each explorer on the spectrum below, placing each one based on what you predict his impact on history was. For each explorer, write a 2-sentence explanation about why you placed him where you did on the spectrum. And again, I'll show you how to do that when we go into edit mode, where we're actually doing the work. The other thing I'm going to tell you about this one is you're going to want to check with your teacher. Some of you, your teacher is going to have you do all of the explorers, and some of you, your teacher is going to have you only do the 3 explorers that you researched. So please talk with your teacher about what your expectations are. And then when we look at our content that can take us further in our understanding, we actually have additional biography videos on all of these explorers. And we actually have 2 pages of additional videos so you can dig deeper and understand all of the things that are happening with these historical figures in this quest to find and explore the New World. Again, the goal here is that when you're all done, you can identify the different explorers and their impact on the New World. So I'm going to exit the preview. I'm going to exit the lesson here so that I can get to where my content is. All right. So you can see here that you have all of the different explorers listed on the perimeter of the page. And after listening to each of these audio files, you are going to choose 3 explorers. So I'm going to choose Christopher Columbus. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my explorer right up to the top here and place my explorer in. All right, I'm going to place my explorer right there on top of that box so that I know that everything on this page now is about Christopher Columbus. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to say, what was Christopher Columbus's personal background? So again, after having listened to the audio file about Christopher Columbus, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle the figure. So up here in my tools, I have shapes. The shape that I'm going to use is a circle or an oval. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to choose the oval. And what was Christopher Columbus's personal background? What was his job before he was an explorer? Was he a nobleman? Was he a sailor? Was he a soldier? Was he a merchant? So was he like a king or a queen or somebody who was really important in managing the society? Was he a sailor? Was he a soldier who was fighting for and against people? Or was he a merchant, somebody who was selling things? Well, I'm going to draw my circle here around sailor. Now notice it filled it in with gray. I'm going to go up here to my bucket and I'm going to go transparent. So now I made the center of my circle clear or transparent. And then since it's still highlighted in blue, I'm actually going to change the color and the thickness of my circle so that my teacher can see that I know Christopher Columbus was in fact a sailor. Now down here, I moved to the motives. What was motivating Christopher Columbus to do this? Well, Christopher Columbus, was he trying to spread Christianity? Was he trying to find a route to Asia? Or was he trying to find riches? So was it God, glory, or gold? Which of the three G's were motivating Christopher Columbus? Again, I need to add a circle. I'm going to circle find a route to Asia. Again, it's going to fill it in, so I need to come up to my paint bucket, change it to transparent so people can see through it. Then I'm going to change my weight of the thickness of my circle, and I'm going to change the color of my circle, so that I know right here, he was trying to find a route to Asia. All right, and then last, what was his impact? Circle the drawings that represent ways in which your explorer affected history. So what was Christopher Columbus's impact? Did he claim lands for European nations, provide new information for maps, spread disease, mistreat or kill American Indians, or establish a settlement? Now, what you might find is when you get to this section, you are actually going to be adding a lot of different circles. We might actually end up having circles on all of these things. So, did he claim land? Did he provide new information on maps? Yes. Did he claim lands for a European nation, for Spain? Yes. Yes, he did. Again, transparent. I'm going to change the color to something that I can easily see, and the thickness of my circle. Did he mistreat or kill American Indians? Yes. Yes, he did. You may find that you have multiple different impacts for each of the explorers as you work through and learn about these different explorers over time. Now, we know that I'm not done here. We know that I would actually need to add 2 more because Columbus did in fact spread disease, and there were settlements that were established in the Bahamas because of Christopher Columbus. And again, those are all things that I've learned from listening to the reading, or maybe you jumped ahead and you watched some of the videos on Christopher Columbus on the biography so you could have a well-rounded understanding of these explorers. Your assignment, your job today is going to be to do what I did here, drag over the explorer, identify the background, their motives, and their impact, and you're going to do that for 3 of these 8 explorers. You are going to do that for 3 of them. And then once you have completed this activity for all three of your explorers, three different explorers, then you're going to come to this activity page and you're going to decide of these explorers, what was their impact on history? So if I believe that Christopher Columbus had the greatest impact on history, then I'm going to move him toward this side of this spectrum, that Christopher Columbus had the greatest impact. If I think after doing my research that Hernan Cortez had the least amount of impact, I'm going to move Hernan here. Now, again, talk with your teacher. Your teacher might be asking you to place all 8 of these on the spectrum, or your teacher might be only asking you to place the 3 that you have done research on the spectrum so that you can answer this question of why the explorer is placed where they are. And those are the 2 sentences how you are figuring out their impact. Because again, your goal today is you can identify different explorers and their impact on the new world. There is a lot to this lesson. There's a lot of information for you to get. There is a lot of work for you to do. Stay diligent, work hard, be amazing, be really critical questioners of these impacts in history and how they may still affect our world today. Do your best work. Thanks, everybody. Bye.